Hello everyone, how are you all doing today? I am really excited to code after a long time. So before jumping in, let me introduce myself and also give you an overview of what we might do today. I'm not sure if you'll be able to complete what we start. Never mind. So my name is Herschel and I am an MLH coach, and yeah, I now work as a full-time developer advocate at a company called Annette. And besides that, what else do I do? I tweet a lot, I build random stuff, and I like to explore a lot of new things. I see a lot of already a few hellos in the chat. Hey everyone. Awesome. So what we are gonna do today, we are gonna clone a social media platform. I am thinking of building a clone for Twitter. Any preference out there? What do we have any other options that we want to clone maybe? I personally want to go ahead with Twitter since I use Twitter a lot. But if anyone wants to, build a clone for something else, let's see if we get more votes to that. We can go ahead and do that as well. Hmm. Hey Kirtiraj, hey Yeti, Priyadarshini, Pulkit, Shubham, Nikhil, hey. Tell me what do you want to go? Okay, let's go with Twitter. Twitter. Ah, awesome. I like you folks. I like you folks. All of you are a Twitter a fan like me. Awesome. So let's go with Twitter. Let me just add my screen and we are good to go. Shubham says that he already created a clone. That's good, Shubham. That's good. I'll need your support over here because I'm building a coding after a quite long gap, right? So yeah, just help me out whenever I need it because I'll need it. Cool. So let me take you back a few steps of what I did earlier. So I just created a new project using Next.js. That's something that I'm trying to learn and get better at. So I created a project of Next.js using the command. Where is the command? Yeah, here's the command npx create next app, and then I called my project Twitter clone. So that's how I created this project. And I see that we have a question. What are the tech stacks? So yeah, as I said, we are gonna use Next.js. So Next.js is built on top of React.js. So that's what we are gonna do today. And that's what we are gonna do. So we are just gonna do focus on the front end because I am very skeptic about completing the front end in just 1.5 hours. Let's see. All right. So I created a next app, right? And then I open the repository, and this is how it looks. Let's take a quick tour over here. So we have a node modules folder which contains all the node libraries. We have a pages folder which would contain all our pages. This is nice. Okay. Huh. It's not like I don't know what it is, but last time that I started with Next.js, there wasn't a API folder and the apps.js, maybe because I was using a template over there. So another exciting thing with Next.js is you can use a pre-built template. So let's just say I like a template that someone has already created. I can then pass in the URL of that template from GitHub and then clone it on my machine, and it then I can just build on top of that. And then we have the app.js. This is kind of the main file which will contain all the child components. So we are gonna not touch this at the moment. We are gonna code a lot of things with index.js in basically index.js. So that's what we are gonna do. The next in public. So in public, we basically use the assets that we want to basically show. That's like the favicon, any kind of images. Over here, we have the logo for our shell, and then the styles is where all the CSS goes. I don't want to code a lot of CSS, so I will be trying to use something that's called Tailwind, and we'll see how we can do that. So if you were in my last stream where we were building a blog, but we ended up building a website where people can, uh, add their guilds and share a description about their guilds. We use Tailwind for that, so we are gonna do that over here as well. And then there is git ignore, which contains, the list of repositories as well as the files that we don't want to commit. Then there is package.json, which contains all the information about our project, the README file, which contains just the information, and a yarn.log file. I am using yarn, that's why I have a yarn.log file. If you are using npm, you might have package log.json or something like that. All right, so I'm just going to run this using the command yarn dev. Okay, yeah, that's the right command. And then our website runs on localhost 3000. So let's go there. Let me bring it down over here. It's localhost 3000. And this is what we have at the moment on our website, right? And we don't need any of these things. So let's just open Twitter and see what all things we need, right? Hmm. So So this is what is going in my mind right now. There are particularly three columns, right? On the right, on the left, there is a column where it contains kind of all the options. On the center is where we see all the tweets. That's good. And on the right is where we see all the trending things, all the basically all the recommendations. That's good. That's good. So this is something that we can do. Yeah, Tanesk. Yeah, sure. I'll definitely follow you. But let's just focus right now on building the clone because I want to get it done in this few hours that we have. So I'm just gonna go ahead and check how we can install Tailwind. We already okay. So I need this particular library. So I'm just gonna copy them and I'm gonna do close the server, yarn install and paste it. Oh, my bad. Okay, so with yarn, we need to use something that's called yarn add and not yarn install. Let's try this once again. Let me first get this. Hey Aditya, I'm just trying my best. Let's see. I don't know if we'll be able to do this. Awesome. So we are now getting the packages. That's awesome. Let's see what the next step would be. The next step would be to create configuration files. And this is what I like, with the whole JavaScript ecosystem. Although sometimes it becomes very complicated, but they again have some very easy methods to remove those complications. So now if I just run this command, that's tailwind init-p, it would create some configuration file for us. So let's do that. Okay, so it created two files for us. That's tailwindconfig.js and postcss.config.js. Good. Awesome. I think these were the files that we needed. And if we check over here, the tailwind config.file would basically contain all the information that we can overwrite. Uh, Now I realize that I have been talking about Tailwind a lot, but I didn't introduce to you all what Tailwind is. So don't worry, I'm gonna do that in just a minute. And then it also creates a post css.config.js file where we can configure all our post css functionalities that we want. Not exactly functionalities, but yeah, something around that. So the next thing I want to do is configure Tailwind to remove a new style in production. That's something that we should definitely do because I am assuming by default we have a few styles which I am not gonna use. So I'm just gonna paste it over here. And for some reason I started my CD. Never mind. All right. So we have Tailwind up and running. Include Tailwind in your CSS. Yep. Now this is something that is really important. We need to import it in our app.js. So let's get that as well. Since I'm not gonna use the global CSS file, I'm gonna simply replace it with Tailwind. I think this is good at the movement. And yeah, looks good to me. Number one ceiling fancy is how I always do that on action. I know, right? I have been using Mac for like, I don't know, almost an year, and still I make this mistake. I don't know. It's me or it's the Mac. I don't know. All right. So coming back to Tailwind, we already have the documentation over here. So Tailwind is basically a CSS utility library, which helps us to add CSS to our websites without adding CSS. Now, this sounds a bit crazy, but what it does is it already has some predefined class, just like Bootstrap, right? If you have used Bootstrap, you know that if you want to do something, you just add classes to your tags, and then Bootstrap adds those styles to it, right? So this is something similar with Tailwind, but Tailwind has a lot of flexibility and it allows you to do a lot of things. That is why I kind of like Tailwind, and I always select Tailwind if I have to do something around front end. So if you see over here, there are a lot of Tailwind classes. Now, if you are starting with Tailwind, you might wonder like, these are a lot of classes. How can I know what classes to use? And that's where the documentation comes into place, right? So I also don't know what classes I'm gonna use. So I'll be continuously coming back to the documentation, saying if I'm using the right class or not, and then we'll move forward from that. All right. So now that we know what Tailwind is, and we already have Tailwind installed, I'm gonna run the server once again. Let's see what we got now. If I come back here, refresh this. Did I file compile? No, it's compiling. That's okay. Awesome. It's compiled successfully. If I refresh this, now you see there has been some minor changes in the styles, right? Earlier, the page looked a bit different, but now it's completely different, right? So that's how we know that okay. So Tailwind is up and running in some sort of way. But now what I want to do is I want to remove everything from index.js. So I'm just going to remove everything right from main to we don't want the footer as well. Should I remove the div? No, I don't think that's a good idea. All right. And now since I'm not using the styles, I'm going to remove this. I'm going to use the Tailwind classes over here. So Tailwind has a class that's called container, if I remember it correctly. Now this is the title. Now, if you are using HTML, right, this actually goes into something like, so you code like, you have the HTML tags, and inside that you have a head, and inside the head you have the title, right? Where is title? I don't know. Title, yeah. So this is where we put a title, right? But since we are using Next.js, right, this is how we kind of define the title. So we define it under the head component, right? So Next.js already provides us this component that we can use. So in the title, I'm just going to remove create next app, and I'm going to call it Twitter, or maybe something better. Give me a better name for title. Come on, folks, let's do that. Twitter is already taken, so let's have a new title. Give me something nice over here. What can we do for title? Save this first, and I'm waiting for your title. Right now you see it's Twitter, which I don't want because we already have Twitter, right? Glitter. I like that. I like that. Twitter part 2, electric bogle. That's huge, man. That's huge. Let's try to keep it short. Let's try to keep it short. And I don't want to use the word Twitter, because we already have Twitter. But I like glitter. Any other title that we want. For now, I'm just gonna go with glitter. Number one ceiling fan. He just wants to go with something that's already related to Twitter. That's a nice approach. All right. Okay. So we have this thing kind of sorted out. Now we know that we need to have 3 columns. Or talking in terms of CSS or maybe web development, we need 3 grids, right? I hope we call it grids. I don't know. Let's check. So I want to use flex over here instead of using grid. So I'm just gonna see if how we can do that. So let's see, Command K, layout. No, so we have table layout. That's not what we want. Maybe, okay, so we have column over here. That's good. Uh, hmm, Not what I expected. Okay, so this is something that I want. Right, yeah, awesome. So we need to have a class of flex and then flex row, and then we can define elements inside that. That's good. That looks good. I'm gonna try it out. Class name equals flex row, and inside this we have two different divs. This would be again the menu, and then we have the content, and then the and the ATIONS, and I'm not sure. Let's see. Let's come back over here. Ha! Okay, so we got the menu, we got the content. What? Okay, so it's content over here, and then the recommendation. Okay, cool. All right, so we got the menu, content, and recommendation. So let's have add some space in between all of these. Huh. Okay, so this is what I want you all to do now. I want you all to help me out with, to go through the documentation. So open up tailwind.css.com/docs, right? And let me just quickly share it over here. So open this docs, right? And whatever you feel like is we might need, just, be ready with the answer. Duo X32 says we may need to use line break though, or no need for that. Good question. I don't think so. Not at the movement, at least, because right now we just are trying to create some columns, right? And I don't think we need it right now. Maybe we might need that later on, but I don't think we need it right now. Let's see how that goes. But that's a good thing. Can you repeat? Yeah, of course. So I already have shared the link for Tailwind documentation, right? Just go to the link and try to be one step ahead of me, right? So I want you all to give me instructions like, hey, Herschel, this is what you should do. This is the class that you should use, right? Instead of me searching it out over here. Let's try that out. I want to see how that goes. So just to let you know what we did right now. So we created a flex, which we gave it a direction of flex row, so that each of these elements inside the main tag has their own row, right? And now if we see the result over here, they don't have any kind of spacing and they look really ugly, and which we don't want, right? We want to make it look pretty. So that's where now you come into place. You tell me, hey Harshil, you use this particular class, and we'll try it out. Okay, in the meantime, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to try a couple of classes that I think might work. They might not as well. It says justify start. I want something like justify center or space between. Yeah, that's what I want. I want justify space between, or no, space around looks good. Yeah, yeah, space between, but I think space around also looks good because space between would, push the menu and the recommendation on the edge, right? And then we have to add some kind of padding so that, there is a space and it's not colliding with the end of the page. That's why I'm thinking space around is a much better option over here. Let's take a look at both of them. Okay, so we're gonna do space between first. Let's see. This is what I'm talking about, right? So the menu over here is kind of very, is on the edge now, and we kind of want a space. So if you see over here, there is some space, right? So it is not collapsing with that, and that's why we want to go with space around. What's it called, around? Yeah, okay. All right, so we got the grid. Awesome. So we got the grid. That's good. I am kind of happy now that we have something over here. So next thing we want to do is we want to show some items in the menu. Again, I'm not gonna do. Hmm. This is interesting. So this is what is going in my mind right now. So we have this three elements which kind of remain static, the logo, the home, and the search bar over here. So just wondering how do we do that? Maybe skip it for now and come back to that later because I don't have any ideas for that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and create the menu first, right? So we have home, explore, notifications. Again, this is our Twitter, right? Or glitter. So let's define what we want as the menus over here. Tell me what should we have in the menu. Add an image instead of text in the menu. We can do that, but again, how do we add images? I'm not too sure about that. I'm not too sure about that. Check this build Instagram clone. LHD share, Insta clone. Yeah, okay. For some reason, I see that's a PNG. It has a .png at the end. Okay, folks, I'm still waiting on the mm items in the menu that we want to show because this is our glitter. So we should have flexibility of what we want to show. I'm just gonna have right now a couple of options. Right. And again, please, let's have something of our own. Notifications. Or maybe we can call it, I don't know, explore. Can we call it Glexplore? Glexplore? I don't know. I was trying to make some, uh, interesting names over here. Never mind. I'm really bad at that. I'm just gonna skip ahead. Huh. So I see Tanishq has shared a link. I'm just gonna quickly show it out over here. So do check it out what Tanishq has built. Let me try to pull this on my screen as well. Image aisa see. Yeah, but then we have to do a lot of styling over there, right? And that's just something that I'm avoiding at the moment. Doing a lot of styling. Okay. I'm just gonna add some emojis over here. Explore for explore. Let's use, I don't know, what do you call that? Magnifying glass. Yeah. Notification is always gonna be the bell icon. And it's okay. Thanks, Tanishq, for sharing it out. So folks, do check it out. Tanishq has shared the repo as well. So go ahead and do check it out. All right, Tanishq, you seem to be an expert over here. Tell me how what name should we give over here? How about using simple icons? Good idea. But again, I want to get the MVP first and try. I'm trying to avoid, what do you call this? How do you call this? I don't know. But I just want to get the MVP first. That's what I'm trying to focus at the moment, and then we can add images as well as icons. Do X-ray do. What do you think? I don't know. This would be another unwanted option. Right, let's see. Let's see. Okay. Nice. So we have some content over here. That's good. And what I am gonna do now is kind of have some styling. Like we have home, explore. Okay, so it's kind of expanded, and we have some styling over here. I'm just gonna remove unwanted one for the moment. Home, explore. Okay. Hmm. So definitely want some padding on the top. And where should we put the padding? Let's put it over here. Padding of, let's just do padding top of 16. Much better. Much better. Right, and let's just add some classes here as well. Class name equals, I want to do some uh, increase the font size. Yeah, that's okay. Not too good. Maybe 2XL. Yeah, much better. And let's also have some font. What do you call it? Font weight. How do you add font weight? Let's see. Font weight. Yeah. Oh, okay. So it's just font and then the weight. Nice. I'm gonna try semi bold for now. Font semi bold. But I think it looks okay. Yeah, because I think these are bold as well. This is kind of good. Now we need to add padding between each of our options, right? Because they kind of look a bit cluttery at the moment. Uh, hmm. What kind of padding should we do? Let's do this. Last name equals padding bottom, maybe a 4. Copy this. Add it over here. Yes, this looks much better now. What do you all think? Looks better, right? From what we had earlier. One thing I'm also gonna do is I'm gonna add a border of on the right hand side. If you see that there is a border which kind of divides this section. Okay, so not add the border to this particular component, but maybe to the component we have in the center. So let's do this. Last name equals. How do you add border? Use simple icons. I'll do that. So let's do this. Let's have those grades kind of ready, and then we can go ahead and use icons. What I was doing? Border. Let's see. BORDER. How do I do border? Nice. It's simply border and then the color. But what if I want the border only on the right and the left? Border style? No. Hmm. Folks, help me out here. What should I do? How can I just add border to a particular, I don't know, a particular side? Okay, so border top right radius, and this is good. This is good. Hmm. But why is there? But this is the border radius, right? Huh. Do we want this? No. How do we do it? Anyone? Rounded XL? But rounded is basically will give us a border radius, right? We don't want border radius. We simply want borders. So how do we do that? That's my question. Border right. Oh, so we have a class that's called border right. Let's try it out. Border xt right. Do we add color as well? Didn't work out. Maybe we have to add color as well. Let's see. Border black. Nope, didn't work out. I'm just gonna pull this down. Now this I have opened a developer tools over here to debug what's going on in our code. So I want to. Okay, we are over here. We have the border classes. For some reason, okay, so border right is does not seem to be a class. Tanisk, we need a different class over here. Border black is a class, so that's good. Maybe use border right with and then the require with. Huh? You can do that? I don't know. Let's see. Border right with. No, okay. No, I am trying to do it with Tailwind. Are you talking about Tailwind? Border 2 adds a 2px border. Okay. So does border right 2 adds a 2px border on the right? It does not. Hmm. All right. So it adds the border. That's good. That's good. But I don't want this kind of border, right? We just want the border on the right and left. Why, Tailwind? Why are you making it difficult for us? Divide style, no. Maybe this one, border right width 2px. This one's Tailwind. This one's Tailwind though. Like, is it Tailwind's class? That's what you're talking about? Border R2. Ah, yes. Yes, right. Okay, yeah. So we can do that. Border. Ah, my bad. R2. Let's see. Let's see. Awesome. 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 So we got border R2. Let's do border L2. So we have the border on the left as well. And now we want to set some width over here because this is too compact and just taking the width that the element inside has. Right. So let's see how we can set max width or min width. I want min width, not max width. So min width and then I'm not sure which one I want to use. I'm just gonna try this. This looks good to me. For now, let's see. All right. Nah, bad choice. Maybe we define some width. Let's see, 64. I'm just gonna put some value over here. Min width 64 does not work. Help me out, people. Help me out. What do I do? How do I get some values over here? Huh. Just thinking how we can do add some borders. We did that. We want to add some width. So min width full. Should I go with min width full? But then since the value, I don't know. You see, this is why I use Tailwind because I am not so good with what do you call it, CSS. Yeah. All right. So full kind of worked, but not as how we wanted to work. All right. So we might need to do something else over here instead of full. Huh. Number one ceiling fan is asking, could we use the same thing we used for the space between the words? No, we cannot do that. So let me try to explain you the reason behind that. So, so if you see over here, we have this main class, right, which contains everything. Let me just quickly remove this, right? So we have the main class, which is a flex, right, and it contains the notifications on the right, sorry, the left, the content in the center, and the recommendations in the left, right? And we did justify around so that we have space in between all of these, right? Now what we are doing is we are adding borders, yeah, to this particular div, right? And the div is taking the width of the information that it contains. So if I do, content will go here, the size of the width will increase. So this is gonna take, the size of the content that's inside it. So this is something that we are kind of doing, and that is why we cannot use the space around thing over here. Okay, so we got one option over here to use W4. W4, I'm gonna do W4 for now, and then I'm gonna check what we have got next. W4 reduced the size; it didn't expand it. Min W4, but that would be too small, won't it be? I don't know. Didn't work out, I guess. Min W4, no. I don't see a class that's called min W4 added over here. So min W4 didn't work out for us. So do x32 says go to the divide width section. Divide width section, okay. Let's go there. Divide width. Where is divide? Or maybe I'm just gonna search for that. Divide with, okay. Hmm. But this is the width, right? And they are using grid over here. We are using flex. Divide x adds border between horizontal children. That's okay. That sounds good. That sounds good. Maybe yeah, divide x looks good. And then the amount. So we don't have to use in the border, right? That's a good idea. I really like that. Divide x. It should be divide x then, right? I'm just gonna remove these classes for now. Let's see. Alright, yeah, this looks much better. Much better. Nice. Nice work. Thank you. Thank you, DoXray2. This is kind of really helpful. So we want to bring content in the center. So I'm gonna do div class text center. This will bring the text in this. Oh, I didn't do that as well. Nice. Okay. I want to actually not bring it in center. I want to align it to center, right? Because if I bring it in center, all the text would be in center. And I don't want to do that. Align items maybe? I don't know. Let's check. Item center. I'm just gonna copy this. I am pretty sure this is not gonna work. Yeah, it didn't work. Alright folks, help me out here again. So I'm just gonna search for center align shelf. What does align shelf do? Use shelf center to align item along the center of the containers cross axis despite the containers align. No. No, I don't want shelf center. I don't want it to be on the cross axis, do I? No, I don't think so. Maybe justify self auto, justify self start. Yeah, I think this is the one that I want. Okay, not sure. What do we want to do? That's a good question. Let me quickly show you what I want to do. So what I want to do is I want to bring the content will go here in the center, right? It's on the left of the screen. If you see over here, it's on the left, right of the whole div element, and we want to bring it in the center or not. Let's check Twitter. Okay, so we don't want to bring it in the center. This is good. No, okay. I think this is good. I'll just add padding over here. Yeah, TD. Is it P4? P4? Yeah, okay, it's P4, but I don't want it on the top as well. So it's PL. Okay, awesome. We have to give it a display flex. Yeah, and that's something that I kind of didn't want to do. So, but this kind of looks good. What do you think? All right. So, we have the content will go here. But this, all the content have their own individual div, right? We have an icon, the name, the handler, and then the content. Cool, cool, cool. So let's try to do that now. I'm just going to remove this. We are gonna have another div, and now we will be you having an icon. So we have the icon. I don't know how will I do this. Or maybe we just have a column which would have the icon, and then a column which would have contain the content. Is this a good idea? I don't think so. I know Tailwind has some examples for cards, so maybe I'm gonna take a look at them. Brand user typography. As such, no, okay. Take me to Tailwind CSS. Ah, hmm. Mm, upgrade, optimize, responsive design. Okay, okay, okay. Ah, no, I don't see anything over here. I just wanted to get an example. Alright, so I think we might have to code this ourselves then. Uh, uh, uh. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Nope. I wanted to get something that's already there, but I don't think there is. Ah, okay, so here is the components. Yes, this is what I kind of wanted. Let's search if we have a component that we might be able to reuse. Yes, yes. We already have a component that's called feeds, but not how we want it to be. Yeah, okay. We just have the PNG preview. What? Please say I can get the HTML. Oh no, I cannot do that. Hmm. So I think we'll have to code it from scratch. Then justify the content to center, and he also recommends to use text center. I am kind of avoiding text center at the moment because uh, text center, will bring everything in the center, right? So let's just say I have some content over here. This is some content. This is another content, right? Something like this. I don't know. Right. So all this will be in the center, which I don't want to do. Let me show you what I mean by that. See, the whole content is now in the center, which I don't want to do, right? We just want to have the content displayed in the center, but not the text in the center. I'm not sure if that makes sense. Okay. So we have to set a max width and not a min width. So let's do that. Max width. Hmm. Okay, are you on the documentation page? No. Alright, now we're in the documentation page. Now let's search for max width. Max width should be, I don't know. I'm gonna go for LG for now. And let's see. Max width LG. Please work, please work. No! I don't think this is gonna work. I don't think max width is gonna work. No, it's not gonna work. We need to find a different way to do this. There is something that's called flex wrap, but I'm not sure what it does. Let's see. This is no wrap, and this is wrap normal. Wrap yes. No. So it would basically uh, get the recommendations on the bottom of the page. Not a good idea. Not a good idea at all. Flex crew. This is nice. Hmm. So we can define some. This item will grow. This item will not grow. Nice. I like this. I like this. So if I, but it's already growing, right? Huh. Yeah. I don't know. Let's see. Flex grow. Oh, no, it's a bad idea. It's a bad idea. Oh no, we just got like roughly 40 minutes and we haven't done anything yet. Folks, help me out over here. So I'm just gonna do quickly now, add some classes over here. The last name we are gonna give it flex none. And then as they recommend we have to do some width. Let's see. Okay, so this kind of worked out, but I think we need to increase the weight. 64. Yes. Okay. Okay. Looks good. Much better. What is the way that we can do EDH with? Hmm. Okay. Yeah. We have it. So it's more than 64. Okay. So we can do 1 by 3. That makes a lot of sense to me. 1 by 3. Uh. Hmm. 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 This is what I'm thinking at the moment. Should we have another div where we do the flex properties? I don't know. Hmm. What do you all think? Should we do that or should we edit over here? Let's try it out over here. 2 by 3. I should not do 2 by 3 over there. I don't know. Much better, right? What do you all think? This looks much better to me. Last name equals again. I have to give it a padding of 4, and I'm gonna call it flex none, and then give it a width of 1 by 3. What? No. Why? Like what? How did this have a margin? I don't understand. Folks, we are running out of time. Let me know what should I do? What should I do? Our glitter is not looking good at the moment. Hmm. Flex none. Maybe if I remove flex crew, bad idea. I think. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna remove the padding from over here right now. I'll add the paddings later on. Okay, I'm just gonna experiment a bit over here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a padding of 16 and see how it looks now. Not good at all. Because instead of giving it a width, I'm just gonna give this a width and see. No. Hmm. Let's go back to the documentation. I'm trying to figure out. Okay, let's go back. So flex grow W16 is over here. That's good. Then there's flex grow with the height, and they don't mention the width for that. Interesting. Flex none. Looks good. Okay. I'm just gonna go back to what we had earlier, right? And remove the flex none from here. Maybe, yeah. I'm just happy with this. I'm just gonna go ahead with this. All right, now let's. Uh, I'm just gonna try to be quick with this now. So we have the uh CSS3 is best. Tailwind, I know, Tanusk, I know, but this is where I don't think it's because of Tailwind. I think it's because my knowledge of CSS3 is very limited. All right. Never mind. Let's try to do this. All right. So what I want to do in the next couple of minutes is get this card up and running, right? So I'm gonna So we have an image, and then we have the name. All right. So let's do this. So I'm gonna give it a class name that's called card, assuming that Tailwind does not have this card. And the card again has a border on the top and border on the bottom. All right, so let's do that. What we did over here. We use divide, right? Divide x. Okay. Uh, should we use divide? No. I just want to do border, then top, and this should be two. Border at bottom, and this should be two as well. Let's see. Okay. Looks kind of okay. So here we don't want the padding then. Good idea. And let's add the padding over here probably. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So we got the border working. Instead of time, we're gonna make it one. No. Never mind. Okay. So we have the border. We have some information. Let's add some padding to top and bottom as well. Okay. So instead of PL4, I'm just gonna call it P4 to add C border. That's it. All right. So we have the structure of the card kind of ready. I think so. I want to assume that it is ready. Now we want the image, right? So let's do this. I'm just going to remove this. Let's have an image tag, right? And we want to get the source. This has to be an image, and then we have to style it as well. So I know Tailwind also has some classes that I can use for image. Or maybe not. I think I can. Maybe I have to do border radius there as well. Interesting. Uh, Border circle. Do we have that? Yeah, okay. We have that. So border full is what we want. Okay, rounded full, sorry, my bad. So you also want to do you need to have class name and rounded full. Alright, and we need an image. So I'm just gonna quickly open Unsplash maybe. And let's just do something with wallpapers. I don't know. Uh, let's just get the image for MLH from Twitter itself. Gonna open this. Just gonna copy image address and hope that this should work. Rounded full. Since I haven't set the height and width. Okay, so I just have to set the height and width. So I'm just gonna do H4 only H4, which means it's gonna set it automatically. Nice. Okay, instead of H4, let's try H16. Much better. Much better. All right. So we got the image as well. Looks good to me. Now what we want to do next is get the handler over there. So now I would add it in. I don't know. This should be actually an anchor tag. Let's go back to the home page. Yeah, this should be an anchor tag. Even this should be an anchor tag. But that's completely fine for now. Hmm. Hmm. Never mind. I'm just gonna give it up in h1 tag and then ml or maybe text to major league hacking, and then we have in the span at the rate ml hacks. Right now, this is gonna this is gonna be displayed on a different line. That's not a problem. We're gonna fix this now. Let's add it to a div. Wrap it in a single div. Last name equals maybe if we do flex, this might work. Okay, yeah, okay. So in the flex, this works. But what I want to do is I want to get the image and what do you call it? And the text in the same line. Huh. How do you do that now? That's the question. I think that's vertical align that we should do. Vertical alignment, yes. Align middle maybe. Place item centers. Yeah. Let's check vertical align and then maybe we do that. I'm just trying to understand where should I go put vertical align. Okay, maybe over here. Then this didn't work. So place item center. So where should I put place item center? Should it be in H1? Should it be in the div? Div. Okay. So let's do place item center. Nah, didn't work. Okay, it's item center. My bad. Ah, awesome. Wow. You are awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much. This is great. All right. Let's do a padding left of 2. Which, awesome. Okay, so we got some padding as well. Now, you want it to be a bit bold. So, font semi bold. And this should work. All right. All right, so we got it working. We got ML heads as well, but this for the color for this, I'm going to change this. So I'm going to add a class name over here and give it a color of. Do we have a color gray? Do we call it gray? Where is some text color? I don't know. I just want to check the colors. Give me the colors. Okay. Maybe something like this with a bit of opacity. So gray 400. Okay, awesome. No, wait, it's text gray, not color gray. So text. Ah, text gray 400. Just taking a look over here. Looks much better, but we don't want the bold as well. So I'm just going to do normal or thin. Thin looks, think is a better idea, I guess. No, I should have gone with normal. Okay, all right. Color green 500. Then it depends, the kind of theme you are using on Twitter. So I am using the dark theme. Where is it? Yeah, the dark theme with a blue. That's a default color, right? So that's what I'm doing at the moment. So that's why I have this. If I can go to default white, I don't want to do that. So yeah, but I'm for this we are just gonna go with default white color for the now for the moment. Right, awesome. So we got things working over here. That's exciting now. Let's put this in a p tag, right, and wrap it around here. Give it a class name, and since we have I don't know what kind of padding we have over here. So this hole has a padding of 4, while this does not have a padding. I am just gonna try with p16. Alright, yes, that will be only p left 16. Okay, but we have to add the padding that we added over here. I'm not sure if we have p18. Do we? No, we don't have that. Huh, that's interesting. So what's the next value after p16? p5, p16, p20. I don't think 20 would be a good idea, but let's try it out. Okay, 20 kind of works at the moment, not so good, but okay. This looks much better than what we had earlier. So we have this card, right? Now this is where we are gonna extend our React application and take the opportunity to learn about reusable components. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create a new directory, right? I'm gonna call it components, and inside this I'm gonna create a card component, right? So we are gonna reuse this card again and again, right? So what I want to do is get this card, copy this whole CSS from here, right? And export it, export default card, and this would be a functional component. and it would return a card. Right. So this looks good to me at the moment. Now I am gonna import from mhm, components and then card. All right. Since we are exporting the default card, I'm just going to do import card, and over here I'm going to do card. Maybe just remove self-closing tag. Hope this should work, but this didn't work. Export function. Okay. So instead of default, I should have done export default function, I guess. This is where kind of my knowledge is a bit limited because I haven't coded in a while. Unexpected this. I want to use arrow functions over here. So I'm just gonna do launched card, right? And over here I'm just gonna export default card. And this should fix our problem. And you can see the card. Awesome. I'm just gonna make a few copies of this card. Alright, so this looks somewhat similar to Twitter. This is nice. This is nice. So we still have around 20 minutes. So we are doing okay on time. What do you all think? Are we doing okay on time? I'm just gonna remove the border top. I'm just gonna do border bottom. All right, looks good. What else? What next do we want to do? Should we start playing around with this section over here? Maybe the header section. What do you all think? Should we do that? Because we have the card working, we have this kind of in the place, and the recommendations. I think the recommendations would take a lot of time. Right, because these are again, just we have to create one component and then we can, just reuse them again and again. So recommendations for now is good. Okay, PYRA PYRXP, if that's how you pronounce it, I'm not sure. But yeah, they say it's okay, we should do that. So I'm just gonna try to, now create this header. So what I'm gonna do is I am gonna try to replicate it inside the header component, or maybe the header tag, not the component, and just give it this particular classes because we kind of want to replicate it the same way. Home and then search Twitter and what else? All right. So let's do this. Let's have a div. I'm just gonna add some information like logo. Another div, which would be home, and then another div, which would be what? Search. Yeah. Let's check back. All right. Looks good, but not so good because this also has a padding top of 16. So I'm just gonna give it a 4. All right. Much better, I guess. Don't know. Let's see. So we have to again define some width over here. So I'm just again gonna copy some styles. Class name and class name from here as well. I hope it works. Awesome. Okay, it kind of works, but the search has gone way too on the right hand side, and I am not sure why. Hmm. Any ideas, folks? Why did that happen? So this is a card. This is a recommendation. Maybe, maybe no. That's not the reason. Anyone, any idea why that happened? Our search went to way to on the left hand side. Hmm. I'm just gonna expand this and see what. Okay. And then inside the card we have card border blah blah blah. Never mind. All right, no problem. I'm just gonna fix it in a bit. But before that, we want the logo. So now we are gonna use some logo. We can give both the logo and search a width of 1 by 5. 1 by 5. We're gonna give 1 by 5. Won't that be way too small? Okay. Let's see. Last name equals width 1 by 5. That's just kind of a bit more smaller than what we want. It's gonna do 1 by. All right. I see what is happening over here. So we have three over here, right? So this should be 1 by 3, 2 by 3. It makes one whole component, right? So I shouldn't have done 1 by 3. 2 by 6, 2 by 6 would be not a good idea. I'm just trying to understand how we divide it. So 1, 2, 3, we give it 1/5 over here, 2/5 over here, and then 1/5 over here. But that would be no, okay. 1/5, 1/5, that would be 2 by 5, and then 3/5 over here. We can do that. Let's try that. 1 by 5, and this can be 3 by 5. No, no, why? It's 4 and then 1 5. Okay, this completes the full width. It didn't work out. I don't know. No, I'm sure the way that kind of didn't work. So I'm just gonna, for now, I'm just gonna go ahead and add the logo because I want to get this stuff up and running. So again, we want an image which would have a source. For now, it's empty. An image is a self-closing tag. All good. Let's see if we can get this image. Okay, but this image is in white. Let's search on Google. Images. With a logo. All right, we want a logo in blue, something like this. I'm gonna copy the image address. All right, we got the image, and let's just set some height to it. We're going to class name. Height should be, I don't know, 16. Okay, section is way too big. Way too big. I don't want to do 8. Okay, 8 looks good, but W 3 by 12, 3 by 6, 3 by 12. Ah, let's do that. Let's try that. 3 by 12. And this is again 3 by 12, right? Yeah, okay. W 3 by 12. And this should be 3 by 6. That's basically 1 by 2. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Looks much better. So I'm gonna change these values over here as well, right? So it has some padding. That's cool. Let's do this. W 3 by 12. Here this would be 3 by 6, which is again basically 1 by 2, and this is gonna be 3 by 12, which is 1/4. Yeah. Nice idea. This looks much better. Thank you so much. All right. So we now have the logo. Now I'm just trying to place everything in a much better way. So how do I do that? The logo should be. So first thing we need to do is maybe add some padding. Or do we do justify center or something like that? Obviously not justify center. It does not make sense. So I'm just gonna do some padding over here. Gonna do PL. Maybe we want to do some margin. Margin would make more sense to me. ML margin. I'm just gonna try with 8. No, that's way too less. Margin. Inside the divs, we can display flex, then justify center. But we don't want it to be in the center, right? Okay, let's try to inspect this and see what they are doing over here. So they have a header, they have a main. So we are kind of doing no, not exactly the way, but yeah, no problem, no problem. This is our approach, right? So div, okay, and then this div. Mm, hmm. So if you see, I don't think this is in the center, right? I think there is some kind of padding. If I can find out, I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, okay. Height, wide, okay, not that I need. Okay, So over here, align item flex chart. Okay, yeah. So you are right. We have to use flex over here. Oh no, maybe wait. And then we have this button. Okay. So in div margin bottom 100%. Okay, yeah. So they are not doing padding. All right. Okay, and display it's flex column. All right. You were right. Flex and justify flex end. All right. So hmm, I don't know mesh this particular thing. I'm just gonna create a new div, which I'm not sure if it's the correct way. That's what I'm gonna do now. Last name equals we call it flex, right? And then justify. Do we just call it flex end? Get a class? No, flex end went to the justify end. I think it's justify end. Okay, justify end, but not justify hand. Hey, hello. We are trying to build a clone for Twitter, and I think we kind of are doing really. We did a good job over here. Oh, okay. Just realized we just have only 12 minutes. So let's get this done. Flex center maybe? Justify center? Huh. No. What do you think? Flex and didn't work out for us pretty well. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to replicate all those classes here as well. With which technology? So we are building it in Next.js and Tailwind. So it's basically React with Tailwind. And we are just trying to build the front end because as you can see, we haven't done the front end till now. So definitely not gonna do the back end. Flex and then justify. I don't know. Center. This looks good. This looks good. Not exactly what I wanted. You was a great session. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm glad that you liked it. All right. So help me out over here now. So if you see over here, the logo is kind of in alignment with the menu, right? And our logo is in the center, but the menu is not. So maybe we call it justify start, but then it will go to the very end. It's looking great. It is. I don't know. I don't know. Let's see if we can make it look much better than this. Let's see. Justify, and would bring it to the very end, right? You see, it's kind of at the end. I don't want that. I want it to be in the same alignment as a menu over here. So what do you think? Do margin Yeah, I think margin or padding would be the option then. We could do horizontal align. Can we? I don't know. Can you do that? Let's go ahead and check it. Horizontal alignment. But I think he says horizontally scroll. No, I don't think. I don't think we can do that. The way we can do it is you can again using the justify uh class over here. Right, so we can do justify and justify this, justify that. If I do justify between, I'm sure nothing's gonna happen because we don't have any other div over here. Hmm. And then we give a margin. Okay. Okay. Let's do that. We do it and or okay. Maybe we do it and then we give the margin over here, right? Margin. This would be margin right, and let's try with 20. That should be good. No. So we need more than 20. I'm going to try with 64. Way too much. What's next? 48? Kind of works out. We are very close to this. Huh. I'm getting excited. 48, 52. Okay, so we have 52. Let's try that. All right. Yes, yes, yes. We did this. Good morning. Good morning. All right. So we have kind of did it. So we have 50? I'm using Tailwind, so I cannot uh I'm just trying to use the default values, but I can, extend it, but I don't want to do that at the moment. All right, all right, all right. So we got this part of the section working. We want the home and then this, I don't know, what is this? Kind of a logo, a sparkling stars. All right, so we have a home, which is in a div. I'm just gonna add some padding to this, padding left. What kind of padding did we add over here? Just gonna quickly check it over here. This was no, okay. So we don't want this component now. I want to check this component. Ah, nice. So it was in the card. The card had a padding of 4. So I'm gonna do padding left 4, right? And I'm gonna add two different classes over here. Div, which would be home, and another div which would contain the top twitch, right? Huh? What? Okay. I think we missed something. Ah, no! What did we do? Ah, all right. I'm just gonna remove this from over here. Maybe this is something that made it worse. No! No! What did we do? We had such a good thing going on over here. I'm not sure what I did wrong. What? Why? Yeah, I think Control Z is the only option. Ah, no! Something similar happened like this on the last stream as well. I don't know what went wrong. No, we were so close. I'm just gonna restart the server. I hope this should work now. We got just 6 minutes. No, okay. Okay. We got this. We got this. We can do this. We can do this. We can do this, folks. Let's not lose hope. It's compiling, I guess. It's compiling. It's compiled successfully. No! Ah, I don't know what we did wrong. Margin was with the margin it was working fine. No, I don't know what's happening. What's happening over here? So we did margin right with 52. Ah, Okay, okay. I think this is where I should stop. Huh. I don't know where's the tweet. Where's the logo? In the console, I don't see any errors. In the network, if I refresh, it should fetch the logo. Yeah, it's fetching the logo, and we don't get an error over there. So that's good. So for some reason, it's not showing the Twitter logo, and I am completely lost. What went wrong? How did you get the emojis? So if you are using Mac, there is the shortcut that's Control, Command, and Space. So try to, let's just try to Control, Command, and Space. I get the pop-up over here where I can search the emojis and I can insert any emoji that I want. And then just simply save it. Hopefully this should work, but for some reason a component is not getting displayed. Ha, we had a really good run, folks. Not sure what went wrong. Yeah, I'm in the elements over here, and ah, all right. So it was getting displayed, but what a stupid mistake. All right. Okay, folks, my bad, my bad. Everything was working fine. Uh, all right. I was just, I think I should have, had some more coffee. All right. What's for Windows? Sorry, I don't know for Windows. You might have to search that out. For Windows, I don't think Windows has that feature. Yeah. I'm just gonna quickly try to, or maybe I think I should end the stream over here. All right, folks. So I think I'm gonna end the stream now. But before ending it, remember that you make sure to register for the event as well as do the check-in. This is how you will get your guild points, right? So make sure to do that. I am sharing the link again in the chat. So don't forget to register and check in for this event. Also, let me know what you think about it. Did you like it? If you have any kind of feedback, just feel free to tweet it. Don't forget to tag MLHex. Don't forget to tag me, and we will if possible we might continue it on my own stream. So we'll do that. Can you make a Git repo for this real quick if possible? That's a good idea. Let me do that. Okay, my bad. Just gonna save this, clear it out, and I'm just gonna go to GitHub. All right. So if you all really like it, and if you want me to continue doing this on my own stream, just let me know, and maybe I'll start. We can continue over there later on. All right. What do you want to call this? You want to call it Twitter clone? Clone of Twitter called Liter because that's what we call it, right? That's what we named it. All right, and I just created the repo, and I'll quickly add them. Remote add. Yeah, thank you for joining in, and thank you for helping me out throughout. Without everyone's help, I am not sure if I would be able to, get so far. All right, so I'm just gonna give it initial commit, and now just push this over git push origin main. All right, it's up, and I'm just gonna quickly refresh this. We have the repo, and here's the link for you all. All right, so thank you all for joining in. And if you want to follow me on Twitch so that you get notified whenever I go live and do live streams on Twitch, I kind of try to do that every weekend. I'm sharing the link for that as well. All right, everyone. Thank you for joining in, and it was really nice. And thank you for all the help that you gave me. Uh, let's do this instead of working on our own separate repos. Let's try to contribute this to this particular project and try to make it our own Twitter clone, right? So looking forward to your contribution to this, and have a nice day, you all, and happy hacking. And don't forget to share what you built today. All right. See you all around. Bye bye.